Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Laubach along with Mike Joseph. And good news and bad news. The good news is we're ready to play some football. The bad news is Mike and I will not be able to do the Central Connecticut football game. It will be on the Northeast Conference Front Row website, so you'll be able to watch Lafayette on the Northeast Conference Front Row website, and we will not be able to be there, and we are disappointed about that. Central Connecticut State is our first opponent. It's been a while since we won a football game, and this is one maybe that everybody is saying could be a must-win. The Blue Devils come in last year 3-3 in the conference, 4-7 overall. And, Mike, they're a lot like Lafayette. They have the same number of starters back, and the same number on each side of the football matches one another. 9 come back on offense for us, 9 on defense for them, 7 come back on defense for us, 7 on offense for them. And the two teams are a lot alike in terms of youth and experience.
Yes, they are, and actually wins as well. They didn't win too many games last year. They played a little bit better down the stretch. And so did Lafayette. So you have to look at that. And I think with Lafayette getting some of those starters back healthy, getting that full spring underneath their belt, and having 2 senior quarterbacks will pay a lot of dividends for Lafayette. But like you said, I look at 9 starters coming back on Lafayette's offense, and I look at point production. They're going to have to put some points up this year and take a little bit of pressure off of a defense that's got some kids in the secondary that are going to be new.
As we mentioned that, however, a couple of starters already injured and will not be part of the Central Connecticut football game. Nick Zadoveski is out for about 4 weeks with an MCL-type injury, and Matt Rothrock is out with a hand and wrist injury on the defensive side of the football. So we certainly hope that this is not going to be a lot like last year. We just lost body after body, and we're forced to continuously play guys who probably should not have been in there this early in their career.
Yeah, we can't go through what we went through last year. And already, I've been to 4 or 5 practices already, and I don't see that long line, that long gray line anymore. But there's a lot of kids stepping up to play, and I saw good play out of the quarterbacks, good play out of the offensive line. The running backs look terrific, and that wide receiver, Matt Mrazek, is really stepping up. So offensively, I see some kids coming back. You know, Matt had the clavicle late last year. We lost him, but there's some kids that are going to be getting some playing time, and don't be surprised if you see on special teams some of those freshmen stepping up, because I think Lafayette's going to have an advantage on special teams with the athletes they have, and I think this game may come down to a special teams play.
All right, so let's let you at least get in a little bit on what Central Connecticut State has to offer under head coach Pete Rossomando. He's in his 3rd season. These two teams have not met since 1981. They've only met a couple of times. Lafayette won the last meeting 51-0. You can take absolutely nothing away from that because it is totally meaningless. They've got an outstanding defense. They were young last year. They gave up about 26 points a game, but almost all of them are back, and they've got a linebacker that's terrific in Randall Laguerre.
Randall's can run sideline to sideline. That's one thing I noticed. 6'2", 235 pounds, 92 tackles last year in his full year of service. But they have a front 7 that's coming back that they're going to have to rely on as well. They have a lot of athletes, but Randall really gets it done. Like I said, sideline to sideline player. You look at a linebacker that can play all 3 downs. He does not come off the field, and that's one thing I noticed. They have a good corner as well in Nash, and his brother obviously offensively in the backfield. So they are going to be loaded up on defense. And again, I look at a certain couple of things for Lafayette. Offensively, I think they have to rush the ball for 100 yards. Can't turn it over. Those are 2 keys for Lafayette. Get off to a good start, run the football, let Deshaun kind of get his feet underneath him, and I think getting 100 yards rushing is going to be a big key.
And we talk about them being mirror images. Certainly Brandon Bryan is a mirror image on the defensive side of the football for Lafayette at linebacker. There aren't many better in this league for sure. Their quarterback is young. He's only a sophomore. Jake Dolgala, he got a lot of experience last year as a freshman. They've got a good running back in Cam Nash. Stop Nash, put pressure on Dolgala, and maybe things will turn out just right.
Yeah, I think you said it right there. Create some 3rd and longs, create some 2nd and longs, so that the quarterback has to make some decisions under pressure in that pocket. They're going to run some spread, but he's not really a running quarterback. They lost a running quarterback, Tavion, from last year. But this is a kid that put up some good numbers. The one thing you want to look at percentage-wise, he only completed about 54% of his passes. So I think if Lafayette can get them into a situation, some 2nd and longs and some 3rd and longs, where they can take advantage of, I think, some good blitz packages with Brandon Bryant, I think you'll see some pressure and some turnovers.
It's a Friday night football game in New Britain, Connecticut. Lafayette will start the 2016 season. Mike and I will join you from the booth the following Saturday when Lafayette takes on Delaware right here in Easton, Pennsylvania. That's a quick look at Central Connecticut State. Let's bring home a win for the Leopards. Go Leopards. Glad you have joined us on Behind the Mic.